Krishna. Devotees, thank you very much for joining. Shweta Mataji, Swati Mataji, Lavanya Mataji, Prasad Prabhu, Kinjal Mataji. Kinjal Mataji, we are missing you live. Okay, Swati Mataji also. Prasad Prabhu, आपके दोस्त किधर चले गए? भूपाल प्रभु.
I guess he will be joining from some other place. I'm not sure.
Okay.
He's not at home right now.
No problem, Prabhu. Thank you. So let's do Namo Vishnupadaya. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Romapada Swamin Iti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Very nice. So let's go to the summary. Ask your friends to join. So we'll start with what is this chapter about? What is the name of the chapter? Who will tell first? First we will guide. What is the name of the chapter? Sahishnu? First chapter? Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Yes, Mataji. What is the name? Why you have to see the book and tell? What is the name of the chapter? Observing
the armies of the battlefield of Kurukshetra.
Observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Very nice name. It's not just observing the armies. It's not observing the armies on the battlefield. It's not observing the armies on the battlefield, something else. Observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Every word in this is so important and it relates to the context of the chapter. What the Sanskrit name which says Arjuna Vishada Yoga is a beautiful name explaining us what is the condition of Arjuna. But English name tells us actually where is this happening, when is this happening, how is this happening. Everything in one line. So it is happening in Kurukshetra, it is happening in the battlefield, it is about seeing the people in the battlefield, observing. It starts with first question. What is the question? First, Bhagavadgita chapter starts with a question. What is the question?
Who are all Dharma Kshetri?
But what is the question?
Who are all? What is everybody doing in the battlefield?
It starts with the question of Dhritarashtra asking what is happening, what are they doing after assembling there, what is their situation, scene and situation. So one question and the answer is given in 46 verses. One question, that's it, only one question. Nobody else is speaking anything other than Sanjaya who is seeing what is happening, and everything is explained in so much detail in 45 verses. And in whole Bhagavad Gita, the only verse spoken by Dhritarashtra is the first. That's it. After that, he is hearing. After that, he is hearing. So the first question answer is mentioned in the next 45 verses. So we can understand this Bhagavad Gita. I have to speed up. We have to understand this Bhagavad Gita in three parts. First chapter in three parts we can understand. First part is setting up the scene. That's what is happening there, right? Setting up the scene. Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjaya. Sanjaya is telling to Dhritarashtra. Sanjaya got this mercy from Vyasadeva, his spiritual master Vyasadeva. So, that divine vision. I cannot see what is happening in that kitchen room also. You cannot see what is happening outside my door. But Sanjaya can see. That means he is a very good devotee. And though good devotee, without the mercy of the Guru, one cannot get anything. Here the importance of the spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master, and Sanjaya is so lucky that his spiritual master is literary incarnation of Krishna, Vyasadeva himself. Vyasadeva is the literary incarnation of Krishna. And he has given the divine vision with which Sanjaya is seeing. So Sanjaya, we can understand that he is the most qualified person. Arjuna is most qualified. Krishna is directly conversing. But the next qualified person is Sanjaya. It's not Dhritarashtra. It's not Bhishmadev. It's not Dronacharya. They are not able to hear what is happening. Sanjaya is able to hear. Sanjaya is able to see. It's like a TV screen before him. Live telecast. Football match, live telecast. Football को यहाँ क्या बोलते हैं कुछ बोलते हैं ना हाँ जो भी है Super Bowl हाँ Super Bowl and then they join in the temple only 30% people will be there instead of 100 people. What is there? Super Bowl going on. So they join, they party and they watch etc. Cricket. India में है तो cricket. So basically it is he's seeing and he's explaining us. We have to be grateful to Sanjaya. Very grateful to Sanjaya. Without Sanjaya, we couldn't have understood what is happening in the battlefield. That section is there like that. We are understanding in that way. Then comes to the character and nature description about Duryodhana. Few verses, 5-6 verses, which speak about the Duryodhana's character. It doesn't say Duryodhana is a bad person. It doesn't say Duryodhana is a politician. It doesn't say Duryodhana is a greedy person. But the way and the attitude and the behavior of Duryodhana in the battlefield tells us who is Duryodhana. What is his nature? What is his character? That's why we have to be very, very, very careful about our thoughts. Okay, we cannot control sometime and they are inside. But our words and actions should be always exemplary. Always exemplary. You might be very pure devotee, you might be very good person, but somehow you acted in a different way. Obviously others will misunderstand you. It's not their mistake, it's your mistake because you did not act properly. So actions make difference. Words make difference. You might not be wishing to disrespect somebody, but you speak something which is disrespecting to others, then it is a problem. It is a problem. So you have to be careful, not only directly with the person. Sheetal Mataji is there. She wants to talk to me something. Okay? I'm talking to her very nicely. There is 2 other people sitting next to her. I'm not talking to 2 other people, but I'm not behaving good with Sheetal Mataji. The other 2 people will decide your character. What is there, Mataji? Who thinks क्या सोचे क्या फर्क पड़ता है हमको? वो क्या सोच रहा है उससे थोड़ी ना हमारा नेचर चेंज होगा. हम तो अच्छे ही रहेंगे. नहीं. नहीं. Because in Krishna consciousness, Krishna says to Arjuna that the people who tell about me to others are more dear to me than the people who directly serve me. So if we are taking this position of being representative of Krishna, we have to be careful of everything. Our character, our nature, our attitude. I'm not saying you have to be easy, liberal, some ek thapad maro, dusra nahi, dusra gaal dikhao, not like Gandhiji principle of, not like that. But wherever we can forego, we have to forego. It's about character. I'll tell you a story now, very simple story through which we can understand more. When war is done in Ramayana, the battle is done, then Hanuman says, the battle is done, Mother Sita, come with me, I will take you. Then Sita says, I cannot come with you. It's my husband who has to take me. That's the right way and all those things. Your husband is already here. And then Hanuman says, I have one small wish, Sita Maya. And then Sita Maya says, yes, tell me what is your wish. You have done so much. So then he says, I want to kill all these Rakshasis who have troubled you so much all these days. Sita Devi says, no, you cannot. You should not. Why Sita Maya? You have been troubled. They were doing wrong job. Then Sita Maya told, it's their nature to do wrong thing. It's my nature to forgive. It's my nature to forgive. For to change them or for to punish them, why I have to change my nature? She is not speaking about authority. She is not speaking about big words. She is simply saying that it's their nature they are doing that way. It's my nature. I cannot do that way. It's not tit for tat always. We have to forgo. Let go bolte hai na. You be the first one to let go. Why you expect others to let go first? You let go first. Small instances also make a lot of difference. So character is very important. Attitude is very important. Behavior is very important. So Duryodhana's attitude, character, behavior, everything is displayed in first 3-4 verses. The way he spoke to Dronacharya, the way he spoke about Bhishmacharya, the way he spoke about the armies of, externally, superficially, he glorified the people on the other side and he then glorified about it. And then his super overconfident nature of saying that they don't have anything, they are not qualified, they are not capable, their army, never you should underestimate the opposite person. We don't know clearly what is there in them. Not only just valor of fighting, but how much they are spiritually connected to Krishna, we don't know by seeing them eternally. It's personal. Krishna and Krishna's devotees relationship is very, very personal. So we cannot judge, we cannot comment, we cannot decide what they are. It should be totally unconditional behavior. So first few verses tells about Duryodhana's character. There is one important thing some of you know newly, that about Drishtadyumna, commander-in-chief of Pandava's army, and Drupada, the story of Drupada and Dronacharya. We discussed it in the starting. They are friends in Gurukul, etc., etc., etc. Birth of Draupadi, birth of Drishtadyumna, how he is commander-chief, that an information, knowledge-wise. Then comes Arjuna taking the position of a lead. Arjuna taking a position of a master. What does he say? Ratham stapayitva. Take me to the middle of the battlefield, center of the battlefield. Place the chariot in the center. I want to see who and all come. He's taking a position of a master, which is reverse. Krishna is the master. But due to Krishna's compassion, mercy, he took the position of taking the orders from the master. He takes him. And he says, okay, you wanted to see, you see. Shift of position. After see, that's it, he's done. And he gives 4 reasons. We all know 4 reasons, but still we can have a recap. You all 4 Matajis can tell one reason. Or one Mataji can one tell reason. Or one Mataji can 2. Or 2 Matajis can 2 each. Whichever the way. I will repeat so that online devotees will listen.
False compassion.
Yeah. Compassion placed wrongly placed compassion. False compassion. What compassion he had? They are all my relatives, my people, they will die, I don't want to kill them, etc. Second reason he gives? Okay, anything.
I'll get sin if I...
Yeah, that's a third reason, but good reason, yes. Sin will incur if I kill them. He's afraid of the sin, what he is doing. He's afraid that if I kill them, I have to see Naraka. So suffering. You were saying something.
Second reason.
Tell
How
me.
can they enjoy the
How
kingdom
can
without-
who?
How can Pandavas?
How can I? He specifically says, how can I? He is not adding anybody. How can I enjoy the riches and wealth and prosperity without my people? Suppose if I have some opulence, I want to show it to my people. If that my people are not there, whom will I show it to? Right? Important point. So he is looking for showing off whatever he has. The enjoyment. I won't have the enjoyment. Losing the enjoyment. Fourth important reason. Very important reason. What's the fourth reason?
With the destruction of the
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
And that will
Yeah.
be the family tradition will be vanquished and
Yeah.
rest of the family will be
Yeah.
preserved.
Varna Sankara.
Rajan and Varna Shankara.
Varna Sankara. Few words, Sanskrit words, you have to keep it in mind. Automatically all the reason is covered. Varna Sankara. And then we discussed about Pindodaka Kriya. And then unwanted progeny will come. Certain words very important. So everything is covered in that. Fourth reason was strong. And after these 4 reasons, before the 4 reasons, Arjuna says one thing. Not only it's just my opinion, from the viewpoint of Acharyas also. He is making his case strong by adding that they are also with me who are saying that killing the elders is wrong. Prabhupada writes in the purport that giving a verbal fight itself is an offense. You are talking about killing them. So it's a big offense. So like that. Okay, that's 4 reasons he gave. Okay, Krishna still doesn't speak. Okay, you are telling your heart. You are sharing your heart. Prabhuji, you want to come this side or you want me to move this side? Because it's Mataji move అయినప్పుడల్లా మీరు మూవ్ అవుతుంది మీకు కనిపించట్లేదా సో ఇట్స్ సారీ డివోటీస్ సో he gave the 4 reasons and all the reasons each and every reason for a normal person it's a fact everything looked correct Dhritarashtra was super happy 100% like अभी तो हो गया यार चलो घर चले जाएंगे बच्चे आ जाएंगे मैं किंगडम दे दूंगा आई एम फ्री आई एम हैप्पी दैट्स व्हाट ही वाज थिंकिंग but it's not like that he has taken the shelter of the supreme personality of the godhead Arjuna that's why he chose him instead of the whole army so Krishna has to protect him so Krishna still doesn't speak anything and then after this 37-38 verses done Arjuna says now Krishna, please. It's not only me. You will be also involved in sin. We will both go together wherever we are going. So why do we need this? Do we really need this? Nicely he tells. And in this conversation, both of them address each other with nice names. Beautiful names. Madhusudana, Achyuta, Dhananjaya, Hrishikesha, and then Keshi, Nishudana, Madhusudana. I mean, demon killer and And one time, Arjuna even addresses Krishna as Yadu Dynasty, Yadava, saying that if there is a situation where you have to kill your own people, will you kill like that? You are nicely safe with all your... Now you want me to engage so that I am getting into trouble. So it's like a friendly conversation. Neither of them still agreed to any spiritual master or student relationship. Their relationship is very friendly, their relationship very cousinly, bato mein aise hi chal raha hai. Then he comes to the decisive verses. We discussed last week 3 decisive verses. The verses in which Arjuna tells his decision while explaining whatever the bodily ecstatic feelings he had by looking at the army. In the starting, he explained about hair is standing on its end, mouth is drying up, limbs are quivering, whatever he has explained. Similar situation at the end, and he says the very important point that Gandivam Shramsate Hastat. Shramsate slipping, Hastat from the hands, Gandivam is the bow. My bow is slipping out of my hands. And we know the story of Gandiva. We discussed 2 times actually in the whole classes what is the story of the Gandiva. It's a mark and identity of chivalry. It's a mark and identity of valor. It's a mark and identity of being a good Kshatriya ruler, commander. So he said, I'm losing it. And then he doesn't say anything in the last 3 verses. It's his feelings. And it's his actions which say what is his condition. He just drops it and then he just sits down. That I don't want to do it. That's it. One question, this much full answer. Dhritarashtra's question is important. Though he is blind by mind and body, eyes and mind, his question is important, very important. We came to know about a lot of characters. Dronacharya did not judge the Pandavas. Bhishmacharya did not judge the Pandavas. Duryodhana judged the Pandavas. He started saying this, that. किसी को चांस ही नहीं दिया बात करने का. वो जाके सबके पास जाके बोल रहा है ये अच्छा है, ये और भी अच्छा है, ये मेरा टीम है. For my sake, they are ready to give up their lives. So we understood this whole concept of what is happening, what is the condition of the Arjuna. Krishna not even speaking single word till now. Going on. So first chapter done. Quiz, everybody get 100 marks. Okay, I'm a good teacher, you are a good student. Okay, done now. So now we will go. Hare Krishna Shweta Mataji. You are all able to hear, right? Online devotees? Hopefully, yes. Lavanya?
Yes, Mataji. Yes,
Oh,
Mataji.
wonderful. Everybody is awake. Everybody said yes. Okay, good. Thank you, Matajis. So now the second thing we will discuss is the important verses which we have to memorize or which we can memorize. Okay, let's see about those verses. I need the Bhagavadgita. Ida Mataji meedi chinnodu emana geetalu gisada untundi. So let's see what are the Haribol and Rasundi. Haribol Hari Hari and Rasundi. Okay, please, Kalan Mati. So let's see what are the verses to be memorized. First verse, very important verse. Everybody should know, by hearted. Because that is the important verse because of which we were able to hear the Bhagavad Gita from Sanjaya. If Dhritarashtra doesn't ask and Sanjaya doesn't say, we would not have understood Bhagavad Gita. So first verse is very, very important to be memorized. Who knows the verse by heart, they can tell. Sahishnu, Mataji. Do, everybody, whoever knows, Padmanabh Prabhu. Kurukshetre Samavetayuyutsavaha Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. Beautifully he asked. Beautifully asked. And many points we got in one verse, right? Mamaka, my sons, and Dhritarashtra, Pandu's sons. He has differentiated both of them. Partiality. He was not a good king. The good kings don't do that. Wonderful. Yeah. Then comes next important verse, memorization verse. Underestimating or overconfidence of Duryodhana is displayed in 1.10. Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishmabhirakshitam paryaptam twidam etesham balam bhimabhirakshitam. He's underestimating the energy levels and the skills of Pandavas. And he's saying it is very scarcely protected by Bhima, whereas our army is opulently protected by Bhishmadev. Next verse is 15. Easy to remember, right? 10, 15, 5 increments it's going in. The conch shells blown by the two important heroes and then followed. Panchajanyam Rishikesha Devadattam Dhananjaya Poundram Dadmau Mahashankham Bhima Vrikodara. So Krishna, Arjuna, Bhima. Krishna Panchajanyam, Arjuna Devadattam, Bhima Poundram. Starts with. Then later everybody blow their conch shell, that's also important, but in the conch shells, this is more important. So that was a memorization verse. That was 15. And then, I know for the online devotees, it might be little not very connective, but you have to keep following me. Okay, next verse is 28, wherein Arjuna says what is his condition after seeing the people in the battlefield. Arjuna uvacha drishtve mam swajanam Krishna yuyutsam samupastitam sidanti mama gatrani mukham cha parishushyati. What does Arjuna say? After seeing all my kith and kin in the battlefield, I have lost my fighting spirit. I feel my limbs of the body are quivering and my mouth is drying up. This is the condition of a soul who is not connected to the source. We will come to this verse. This connective verse which I am going to speak after this. Very important verse. Duality. Duality. Arjuna is in this position of duality. I'll explain. Okay, next verse. Vipatushta is also important, but we can't make everything as pencil circular memorization. So then comes the 39 verse. The fourth reason what Arjuna gives to Krishna, which is solid reason. Kulakshaye pranashyanti kuladharma sanatana dharme nashte kulam krishnam adharmo abhibhavatyuta. We all know this verse. Family degradation caused by Varna Sankara. Then it continues with the Pindodaka Kriya. Then it continues with the forefathers going hell. Fall down started. So that's an important verse. Then comes last verse, 46th verse. Sanjaya is saying the actual condition of Arjuna. Sanjaya uvacha eva muktva Arjuna sankhe rathopasta upavishat visrijya shasharam chapam shopkasam vignamanasa. So we discussed 4 sections of Bhagavad Gita. In relation to that 4 sections, we have discussed the verses also. 4 or 5 important, whatever. 1, 5, 10, and then 26 and 30 and then 40, 5, 6 verses, whatever. So these can be the memorization verse. Sheetal Mataji, your homework is you have to upload on the group about this, which verses, which are the important verses. Okay, good. We are good with the first chapter. And now we will, seeing the time and the clock, we will discuss nothing about the second chapter, but we will discuss about a verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. I don't know, it just came up to me. Now I'll tell you the situation why I am talking something little different, seemingly different from Bhagavad Gita, but it is not different. What is the whole first chapter relating to? Mataji ने बोला first chapter का नाम, right? आपने बोला Arjuna Vishada Yoga, right? So Vishada means he is in a very cry mode, morose mode. Arjuna Vishada Yoga. It is his condition which is Vishada. He is Arjuna Vishada Yoga. He is very sad of what is this happening karke. So that condition, why it is coming? It is because of the fear and anxiety. Oh, is Arjuna afraid, Mataji? Yes, Arjuna is afraid. He is not afraid that he will lose his life. He is not afraid that he will lose the war. He is afraid about something else. But he is afraid. There is fear and there is anxiety. And there is anxiety. He is not anxiety free. We have a word called Vaikunta. We all know that, right? Vaikunta. Vaikunta means there is
a no kuntha.
Yeah, kunta means anxiety and fear. Vaikunta means not having kunta, excluding kunta. That is Vaikunta. Vaikunta is a spiritual world. It is the place where Narayana resides. So Arjuna is saying, I won't go to Vaikunta. I will go to Kunta. So this is the fear he had. So that particular topic we are going to talk more. Any chapter, once we finish, we'll talk about one topic and we will try to relate it to Srimad Bhagavatam. So we will do the Srimad Bhagavatam verse, which is very important. It is from 11th canto. I will Google and tell you because I did not prepare anything for today's class because today my mood was different. Okay, I'll give you the context also. One of the Matajis, she is elderly, maybe above around 60. Not very elderly also. I am more weak and elderly than her externally, physically. But that Mataji was serving our temple since last 4 years almost for deity services. She used to do 6 days a week service. She is not a Gruhastha. She is a full-time serving devotee in the temple. She used to live in the ashram. That's where the full-time devotees live. She had her room and her name is Veena Pani Mataji. She is from Mauritius. She is Bhakti Charu Maharaj's disciple. She is not coming to temples since 3-4 months. She had some health issue. Everybody have some issues. Don't think no, I'm good. Okay, either not body. We have big issue of our mind. So she had some health issues. So she was struggling with her kidney issues, feet swelling up, that going to her eyes. Her BP raises inside the cornea, some blood vessels bulge and then they break and the blood is there. Externally you might not see, but her vision gets blurry. She has to go to the doctor. Something is going on. Since last 1 year, continuously devotees are helping her. But she did not leave her seva. She did service last 3 months back also, every day without fail. Her very favorite seva is Gaurnitai seva. The pagdis what she makes, I may not make in this lifetime. That much nice pagdis she makes. I do serve in the temple. I do make pagdis, but not such beautiful. So she's a very good devotee. So she had some issues. She went to Ujjain also, Ayurvedic treatment. She got the treatment done for 3 months there and then came back and served for 10 days. And then her body started not really good. So she was on a dialysis. Her kidney was not working. She was on a dialysis. With the dialysis, person becomes weak. And that dialysis was supposed to be done weekly 3 days. So dialysis day she gets totally weak. She was talking to everybody. She was fine. She was able to do all her activities. Bathroom जाना, खाना पीना सब कुछ होता था अच्छी तरह से. But weakness बहुत था उनको. So it's a service means 4 hour service in the morning. At least 3 hours minimum. 4:30 को मंगलारती शुरू होता है. 5 o'clock. 5 to 7:30 on job continuously, and after 7:30 wrap up will be there. So it will be 4 hours continuous service every day. So she wouldn't have been able to do. So we all said that she can take rest. Madhupati Prabhu also said, nicely take rest. You will be getting your prasadam, eat and take rest, and whatever the medical procedures, let it go. Devotees will help. And devotees were taking her every day. Devotees, it is important. Online devotees, don't feel you are disconnected. We all have to go through one day. Not exactly like this, but some or the other way. So devotees used to help her, take her to the hospital, get her dialysis done. Suddenly, Tuesday evening also, she talked to all devotees on phone and the devotees in the ashram. Tuesday evening, she told to one of the devotee, Jayaprakash Prabhu, he goes every day to Mangalarti. She comes to with him to Mangalarti in all winters because it's hard for her to in the cold to walk that much street also and cross the road. Sometimes cars come very fast early in the morning. It is dark, so she takes for that strip also ride because Prabhuji is anyhow going. Other brahmacharis, they walk and go. She will go with the car. So she told Jayaprakash Prabhu. Jayaprakash Prabhu came from India on Tuesday itself. She called and said, welcome back Jayaprakash Prabhu. Wednesday morning when you go to Mangalarti, please pick me up. I want to see deities. Everything was good. And then suddenly on Wednesday, she started some discomfort. And then she went for dialysis that day, Wednesday. She couldn't go for Mangalarti, whatever reason, I don't know clearly. She went for dialysis Wednesday, I think. And then they said that, or Tuesday night, something, Tuesday evening or something. And then they said they cannot do her dialysis. Then she said, why you can't do my dialysis? They said your vitals are not, BP if it is shooting up, many people don't have symptoms it seems. Only some people have symptoms it seems. So your vitals are not proper, your BP is too low or something, too low, too high. And then they gave the opposite medication to her. So if she is low, they gave high medication to BP up. When they gave the medication, it went super duper high with the minimum also. So somehow upar niche ho raha hai. Because of these vitals not working properly, so they did not do dialysis. Without doing the dialysis, her body was obviously bloating because water retention, right? Water they are not able to take out with dialysis. So her body was like increasing in size. And then Wednesday night, she said in the hospital only, she had severe chest pain. So she was screaming with pain, and then doctors decided to move her to the ICU. So there was some infection in the chest or lungs, or we don't know yet clear details. But Thursday morning, she was sent to ICU. They left a message in the Brahmana group. She is in the ICU. Suddenly, because we were all okay with 3 months, she going for dialysis. वो बात तो कर रही है सबसे, phone पे बात कर रही है, हम देखने जा सकते हैं. This was the thing going on. But she was admitted in the ICU on Thursday morning, and today at 6 p.m. she left her body.
Oh, she left today. Because yesterday I was hearing in the
Class.
temple they said
Yeah.
that,
So Thursday morning she was unconscious, but till she was conscious, she was chanting. Till she was conscious, she was feeling the devotees. Till she was conscious, she was talking to them. Till she was conscious, she did not expect death to come, but she was prepared mentally that if death comes also, what should be done. One of the Mataji just now was saying that she written everything last week only, that if something happens, what is this, how the things have to go on and everything. But Krishna's will, right? We cannot do anything. And it was a glorious passing away because she served in Philadelphia, she served in Tobacco, and she served in Central New Jersey. She joined ISKCON when she was 18 or 19 years old. Now she is 60 years old. So 45 years life she has done for Krishna only. As a brahmacharini, she was in the brahmacharini ashram. And she did amazing service. Here also amazing service. She was alone, so not much deviations with the mind. Prabhupada Leela Amrita, we were reading in that it was said that when you don't have family, your mind is less deviated. You can focus on Krishna more. Of course, it doesn't mean that you should not get married, but that's what it was mentioned. So that Mataji left her body today, and in a very nice way. First thing she should have, everything don't work according to our wish, right? We wish like we are nicely smiling, doing Hare Krishna. I am giving class, suddenly I should die. Or you are listening class and you should suddenly die. Touch wood, nobody should have, nothing should happen. But हम लोग ऐसा wish करते हैं. लेकिन सब कुछ हमारे favor में थोड़ी ना होता है. So as long as she was conscious, she was able to feel the devotees, talk to the devotees. When she is unconscious, also subconsciously she is connected with Krishna. That's what is our knowing from her things. And then 6 o'clock she left her body. She was on the ventilator from Thursday evening onward. They said that if we remove the ventilator, we don't know how long she can sustain. But still they waited. They had 2 Zoom calls from different areas. Around like 60-70 devotees joined from different places. There was a line in JFK because she was in the ICU. Only one person is allowed at a time. And then devotees were coming, and then there were 2 hour whole time. 6:15 some Mataji went inside the hospital and they were sent to ICU at 8 o'clock. So ऐसे जा रहे हैं, मिल रहे हैं, उनके पास बैठ के एक चैंटिंग कर रहे हैं, फिर वापस आ रहे हैं, ऐसे 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 करके नहीं, इतना लोग हैं. तो उनका लाइफ जब तक निकल गया तब तक उनके अराउंड हरे कृष्णा ही चल रहा था. हरे कृष्णा धुन मशीन वॉज देयर, हर गुरु महाराज पिक्चर वॉज देयर, भक्ति चारू महाराज. ग्लोरियस पासिंग अवे. This is what I wanted to say. So, whole life devotees is the preparation for the examination of death. The small things doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. After she leaving or when she is in the deathbed, everybody says, oh, that Mataji was so nice, that Mataji was serving nice. It's good. We have to glorify, of course. But when she is there also, you can glorify. Your ego will get crushed, which is nice. But at the same time, when you glorify, you get blessings also. You have to go to her and say. You have to go to her and say. You have to go to her and say. Go to him and say. Glorify. Glorify their activities towards Krishna consciousness. The way they connect everybody to Krishna. So it's very important. So I'm trying to tell you a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam which relates to fear. Mataji was not afraid. I talked to her maybe, personally I went to her and talked to her 2 months back. She was not afraid at all. She was fearless. अभी जो होगा कृष्णा देख लेगा श्रीमती, और क्या करने का है. मैंने कोशिश कर लिया, सब कुछ कर लिया, ठीक है, अभी नहीं कर पा रही हूँ सो तो नहीं कर पा रही हूँ, जो भी उनका इच्छा है. So we will talk about a verse which speaks about the fear devotees. I will tell you the verse because I know the verse but I exactly don't know. It's in 11th canto, I think 14th chapter, but still I will tell you. Hold on. You all can go to Veda base, Srimad Bhagavatam. Beautiful verse, beautiful verse. It talks about how we come to the stage of fear, anxiety. What is the reason for fear and anxiety? Because Arjuna was afraid. Arjuna was in anxiety. What is the reason for his anxiety? We have to understand. Bhagavadgita first chapter is done. No more Arjuna will display his fear. In the second chapter, he takes the shelter of Krishna and it's all question and answers, doubts and doubt clearance. But there is no fear displayed because he took the shelter. Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 2nd chapter, 37th verse, 11.2.37. Maharaj, 11.2.37. Online devotees, 11.2.37. Maharaj Nimi meets the Nava Yogendras or 9 Yogendras. We'll talk about this topic of the name and all details are there. But let's go to the verse directly now. I will do it because it's a Bhagavatam meter and I will do it. You just follow. Bhayam dvitiyabhiniveshitasyad ishadapetasya viparyayo smritihi tanmayayato buddha abhajetam bhaktyayikayesham guru devatatma. Okay, the first line is always there in my mind very much because all the meaning goes there. Bhayam, fear. Dvitiya, in something seeming to be other than Lord. Very important. This is called duality. If you are seeing anything in this creation independent of Lord or not in Lord's creation or not in like Lord's creation, that's called duality. May it be your enemy, may it be anybody. You cannot see as separate from the Lord. Something seeming to be other than the Lord or Lord's. Everything is Krishna and Krishna's. If you are not able to see anything as Krishna's, English word, Krishna or Krishna ka, जो भी है, either Krishna है या Krishna का है. You understand, right? Krishna ka, Krishna's. Why it happens? Abhiniveshataha, because of absorption. Absorption in what? We will know. Shat, it will arise. Ishat, from the Supreme Lord. Apetasya, for one who has turned away. For whom it will happen? One who has turned away. Viparyaha, misidentification. That happens because of the misidentification of what? Asmritaha, forgetfulness. Forgetfulness of what? Tat, of the Lord. Of the Lord. Why it happens? Because of the Mayaya, by the illusory energy. Buddha, intelligent person also. Abhajet, should worship fully. Who is intelligent? They will choose the right path. Bhaktya, with devotion. Ekaya, unalloyed. Krishna says to Arjuna, Ekeha Kuru Nandana. No 100-side direction. Only one. Single-minded focus. Ekaya, unalloyed. Nothing else. No tinge of everything. Guru Deva Tatma, one who sees his own spiritual master as his Lord and very soul. Very important, last one. As one who sees his spiritual master as his Lord and very soul. Very important. Let me read the translation and we will understand why we are talking about this. Translation is not too big, so please hear. Fear arises when a living entity misidentifies himself as the material body. Why I am telling you this verse? Can you guess now?
Yes.
Second chapter starts about analytical divisioning that speaks about we are not the body, we are the soul. Whole second chapter is about our eternal identity of being the soul, separated from Krishna. Fear arises when a living entity misidentifies himself as a material body because of the absorption in the external. Why is it happening also is clearly said. Because of the external illusory energy of the Lord. Maya. Maya. When the living entity thus turns away from the Supreme Lord, what happens? He also forgets his own constitutional position. क्या बोले कृष्णा को? हमने क्या बोला? I will come back to you, Krishna, for sure. Let me enjoy little bit separately from you, independently from you. Krishna told, not possible. Please, 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 I still want to try. I still want to try. So Krishna gave enormous knowledge before we come here. Enormous love. And said that, remember this knowledge, go there, realize it is not the worth place, come back. But we did not realize. We were choosing from the menu all wrong things. Maya. When the living entity thus turns away from the Supreme Lord, he also forgets his own constitutional position as what? Servant of the Lord. This bewildering, fearful condition is affected by the potency of illusion. Maya, called Maya. Therefore, an intelligent person should engage unflinchingly, that was unalloyed what we discussed, unflinchingly in the unalloyed devotional service of the Lord. And how do we engage like that? Under the guidance of the bona fide spiritual master. That was the last line we read. Whom he should accept as his worshipable deity and his own life and soul. Very important. Very important. Arjuna was in fear because he was identifying himself separately from Krishna. He was facing the issue of duality. He's trying to see everything separately from Krishna. If he sees them as connected with Krishna, Krishna wouldn't have a need to say him that they are already been killed by me. You are just an instrument in my hands. In the future verses, Krishna tells to Arjuna that don't worry, whom you are seeing are been already killed by me. I know the past, I know the present, I know the future also. There is no time when I did not exist or you all did not exist. You all cease to exist as a situation hai nahi. You will keep on coming, you will keep on coming. This verse Krishna would have said. There was no need for Krishna to say this verse if Arjuna was able to understand the connection with the root. He didn't have. Again, Arjuna is not dumb. I told you millions of times devotees. Arjuna को सब कुछ पता है जो कृष्णा बोलना चाहता है. Simple words. Illusory energy of Krishna. Wantedly, Arjuna is serving Krishna by serving him through the illusory energy. Amazing. Very nice. Very nice. Who will agree? मेरे को बहुत नॉलेज है, मैं किधर नहीं जाऊंगा, मुझे पता है बॉडी क्या है, सोल है, मुझे ये झंझट में मत डालो. We have little knowledge, we won't take any risk. I told you before also story of Prabhupada, right? Prabhupada with Krishna sitting in the grazing land and then he said that I don't want to go. Krishna was nagging. If I did not tell, I will tell you again. It's a Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj share with his disciple Nityananda Prabhu, and that Nityananda Prabhu shared with us. It's a very private pastime of Prabhupada and Prabhupada disciples in a room conversation or something. So these all things arise from duality. So if we see everything in connection to Krishna, It is wonderful. We don't see fault. For that to see everything in connection with Krishna, first we have to be in connection with Krishna. And the only way we can always be in connection with Krishna is through Krishna's name, form, qualities, and the pastimes. And very important thing, association of devotees under the bona fide spiritual master. The importance of Guru is mentioned here. The importance of not getting attracted towards Maya is been given here. And how Maya looks very, very real is been given here. कोई illusion लगेगा ही नहीं. What Krishna says, Mama Maya Duratyaya. It's very difficult to cross over my illusion because it looks like super real. So if we are connected to Krishna, we will be not bewildered by Maya. Maya Shakti is the external energy of the Lord. We are Tatastha. We are higher than the Maya. But we are falling for Maya because Maya is listening to Krishna and we are not listening to Krishna. Prabhupada disciple said, Prabhupada asked, why do we fall down? Then devotee said, because Maya is very powerful, Prabhupada. Yes, Maya is powerful. But the reason is you are weak. You are more powerful than Maya. But because you are getting weaker, you are defeated by Maya. If our enemy is weaker than us and we are strong and we are not using our strength, that means we are falling for Maya and we are asking the weaker person to take over us. Arjuna says, come and kill me, I don't mind, go and begging in the forest and live. No. He cannot live. First of all, he cannot live. Krishna said, like internal conversation, it's Acharya's embellishment. You can't live like that, Arjuna. You'll go and fight with all those people. Because your nature is to fight. You can't see adharma. Brahmanas have to just see, bear and not fight. They will do whatever they can go. Brahmanas are high class. I mean, we have stories in Bhagavatam wherein Brahmanas have taken off the roots of very bad kings. There are stories. We will discuss later once we get the chance because the line get extended. Brahmanas have that, but they don't react. They respond. Kshatriyas react immediately. That's their nature. So it's very important. So connection with Krishna is very, very important. Sridhar Swami writes nicely. Fear is caused by ignorance. Very clear. Very clear. What is the problem of all the problems? What is the cause of all the problems? Is not desires. It's ignorance. It's ignorance. We are not able to have proper knowledge. What is the difference between other bona fide sampradayas and ISKCON is? ISKCON is filled with knowledge. Prabhupada's mission is filled with knowledge. We do the prayers which we don't do in Bhakta Riksha, very important prayers. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. So we pray that spiritual master come into our life with a light, with a torch and clear all our ignorance. Bhagavadgita is a spiritual master. Any person giving a class on Vyasa Sansi is a spiritual master. Any knowledge what we get which gets connected to Krishna is Krishna himself, is Krishna's representative himself. Very important. So before we enter to this second chapter, I wanted to touch upon this verse. This is very, very important verse. And in this verse, purport, Prabhupada quotes a nice verse which we were talking about, Mama Maya Duratyaya. It comes from Bhagavadgita 7.14. Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva Ye Prapadyante Mayam Etam Tarantite. See, once we are surrendered to the Supreme Lord, we can go beyond it. But if you are not surrendered, then it's a big problem. This material ocean is a big ocean, right? We cannot cross over this material ocean by our own. But if we are focused, if we are following according to the scriptures, Sadhu, Shastra and Guru, that ocean will change into a small puddle which you can easily cross over. That illusory ocean will contract itself to a small puddle. How much size? It is given also like a size of a calf, not cow. Calf को क्या बोलते हैं? बछड़ा. और उसका पैर का जब वो कूदते हुए दौड़ते हुए जाता है तो कीचड़ वाले मिट्टी में जैसे उसका impression पड़ता है, that much impression it will contract to whole material nescience. and then we can easily cross over. By looking at ocean, do we think that we can cross over? No, we don't even endeavor to cross over that ocean because it is impossible. But if we take the shelter of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, if we take the shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, then we can cross over it very easily, like a small puddle. Very important. Shelter is very important. Arjuna is in fear and anxiety because he did not yet take the shelter of Krishna. He is under the shelter of Krishna, but he did not yet take the shelter of Krishna. We are all under the shelter of Krishna, but we did not yet take the shelter of Krishna. Once we take, we will not see dualities, will not have fear, will not have anxieties. I have shared before also, right? My daughter was not well, and then my Guru Maharaj said, I said, I am in anxiety, I am in fear. Then my Maharaj said, when Krishna is there, fear is not there. When fear is there, Krishna is not there. You choose what you want, fear or Krishna. Choice is yours. The ball is in your court. So sometimes we consciously choose fear, with which we suffer. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, the cycle continues. La, 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 la. So I think we are good today, Mataji, because we have to chant also one round for this Mataji who has left her body. So online devotees, any questions? I'll take your questions and we will start chanting. Whoever want to join also can join us for chanting. Prasadam you can't join anyhow, virtual Prasadam, but yeah. Yeah, आना पड़ेगा उसके लिए. Anybody has any question? Yeah, Shweta Mataji, you have unmuted your call.
I'm good, Mataji. It
You're
was a
good.
wonderful session.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mataji.
thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.